ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived here at Williams Grove Speedway, Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, and tonight we are going to be competing for $75,000 at the National Open. Figured I'd walk over, start the video in front of the famous Williams Grove sign in Beer Hill, and then also get a nice look at the racing surface. This place, like many tracks in the Midwest, are so unique for their own reasons. And of course, Williams Grove, it's right here. Super long straightaways into a really tight corner. This place is tough. Of course, on top of that, you have the Pennsylvania posse and all the guys that race here every single week and all the other surrounding tracks. The term is like they're on the porch. They only race in this area and they have mastered each of these facilities. And as far as the locals go and the World of Outlaws, the National Open, it's just, in simple words, one of the biggest races in the country, no matter where you're from. So to put your name on a race like this is huge, and that's what we're all gunning for today. On top of that, of course, there's a lot of money on the line. There's a lot of fans here in the stands, and everyone's kind of looking to see who is going to claim all the glory. So we're going to be getting after it, looking probably around the 55 to 60 car count range of 410 sprint cars. Really good competition. There's not a lot else going on in the country, so this is the place to be if you want to be a sprint car driver and want to be racing with the best. Here soon, we're going to be getting into it. It's a full show. We're going to have the pit meeting, then we're going to get some engine heat, and then be right into hot laps and qualifying. Standard outlaw format, nothing special. You have to qualify well to start up front in the heat race, to have a shot to get in that dash and start up front in the main event for that big paycheck. Pennsylvania, guys, is crazy. There's a lot of people, so I try to come back here in the trailer as the night's kind of going on and just stay zoned in. And now we have a chance to chat. Qualifying's over. Wanted to show you my new low-E insulation suit. This thing is absolutely beautiful. Super awesome that I get to represent my partners here at the National Open and Shark Racing and everyone that supports them. With this new suit, it just goes so well with the car. That's a positive note. The struggle to start the night, though, was our qualifying. I don't even actually really want to know where we ended up. We're way down the order. I think we actually might be right there towards the bottom. I don't know. As a team at Shark Racing, we're all kind of struggling between Logan, myself, and Landon. I'm not sure where he ended up, but in general, we've kind of just been fighting our cars. And here tonight, we kind of thought we were going in the right direction, and everything we learned yesterday and hot laps, we were just so tight. In qualifying, we're tight and struggling to literally make the corner. And this place is it's a paperclip, so that's a big part of it in carrying speed. But we're gonna keep working, and just we're way behind the 8 ball. But like I said, we got to focus on this heat race and trying to go forward. But I don't even really know. Just feels like I get in, and before the center, I'm trying to turn the car, and the car literally wants to drive to the wall, with the left rear. And the more buried I am in it, the more I'm driving away from it. And then when I'm trying to be below it to give myself some breathing room, I just slide. It's really unusual. So really frustrating. But as a team, we got our heads down. We're gonna try to make this work and try to gain some spots here in our heat race. probably gonna have a quick turnaround here. I think we got to 10th in that heat race. There was 13 cars. We started 13th and passed a couple. Feel like in a perfect world we probably could have got probably 8th. I think there was 2 more cars in front of me that if I got going better and just made better laps at the beginning, I could have had a shot too, because if you don't make passes early, everyone gets strung out. The last 2 laps though I made, I'd be interested to know the lap times compared to everyone else, because I was in some open track and kind of could just clear my head and run good without looking too far, trying to actually track down guys from a long ways back. And those 2 laps felt really, really strong and good and way, I just felt way different than how I've been all night. I actually could rotate, on entry and then make it through the whole corner, and I think we still could be a little better and keep working in the right direction. But the bright side is I didn't feel like every time I went in the corner I'm like, oh crap, I gotta turn, like I can't get this thing to turn. Like I rotated and just like I said, needed to do a little better to pass those guys. And I think now we'll be in the C, so I think the C main event will be up next. Hopefully we'll be starting close to the front and just try to get rolling. So we need some more laps and really try to make the most of our situation. I kind of feel like Williams Grove won this weekend here at the National Open. Early ending to our night there in the C. Started 3rd, finished 4th. They were only transferring 2. Definitely was better there than qualifying, and felt similar to the heat race. What I kind of battled with 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, it just felt like I was kind of skating on entry. As the track slickened up, I didn't have as much stick, and if I tried to sail it in there, I feel like I get crossed up sideways and then I get tight because I like almost go one direction and back the other. And then once I backed off, I felt better, but I didn't really feel like I was making any more speed, like by trying to keep the tires underneath me and trying to just be smooth. So I don't know, I feel like we're kind of all puzzled, and you know, I always say we win and lose as a team, and I believe in that, whether it's my car, whether it's Shark Racing. You know, you're gonna have some weekends that just couldn't go better, and you have some weekends where it feels like you can't do anything right, and that's part of the great sport that we love, but it still makes you want to hit your head against the wall. And I feel like I'm thinking, like, you know what, I'm trying to do better behind the wheel, and like, you know, the car, we've just been making changes to try to get closer, and that's the good thing. Like, you know, we're not just staying, like, it's not like we're struggling and just leaving it, and like, it is what it is. Like, we're trying, and you know, this year, I think the hard part, all these new tracks, and like, these guys have been to Williams Grove a little bit, but the track's different every time, and then these new tires, like, they just are so much different in an extreme way than what we had before. So you're constantly, you know, changing setups this season based upon these new tires, because the old ones are nothing like it, and your car handles way differently. So long story short, we struggled there, and an early ending to our National Open. Even though we were better in the heat and better in the B than qualifying, it all kind of stems from that initial problem that I told you guys. Like, you got to hot lap good and you got to qualify well, and it starts with actually hot laps and just unloading good. And I thought we were going to be close, you know, with all the changes we made, but we just ended up, you know, not in the center of the dartboard, and you know, kind of were chasing our tail all night. So the biggest race of each season here at Williams Grove is now complete. Actually, I think that's Brent Marks' hauler right there behind me. You can see the confetti from his $75,000 victory as he claimed this year's National Open, the 61st running of the event. One good thing I do have to say about, you know, this Friday and Saturday show with the Outlaws is I'm glad that it's behind me, in the sense that I, you know, finally crossed off this track off my list. Kind of been talking about it, but just for everything it's known for, it can be intimidating. I feel like, especially for a West Coast guy that doesn't even know what to think when they see a place like this, because we don't run on it. We don't. You could fit 20 little bull rings, it feels like, inside of this track, what we run on a weekly basis. Wish I could have been in both features this evening just to continue getting the laps and to see this place, as it's basically about as wide as it could probably possibly get and very slick. But unfortunately, we just were not able to make it happen. Struggle with the 1T and just kind of our package around this technical half mile. And I think we still kind of haven't pinpointed exactly maybe where we were going wrong with our car, or what we need to do better. And some of it, I think, is just taking those notes on what didn't work and then kind of writing this off for the rest of the season, because Williams Grove is its own beast, and we're probably not going to, you know, we're not going to see anything else like it. So we just have to put it behind us, focus ahead on Port Royal, and literally just pull a tear off and, you know, be on to the next. On the Outlaw Tour, it's important to do that. You guys have seen that in this like 6-week journey that we've already been on, and we have another 5 weeks left. You just got to take the good with the bad, learn from it, not let it get to you, never get too high, never get too low. Definitely enjoy the highs, because they, I mean, it's not easy to get to those points and have those good runs, but you just got to stay smooth and just keep working on being the best that, you know, you can be, and you know, staying together and winning and losing as a team. That's what's great about Shark Racing. We do that. We win and lose as a team. We stick together. I got really hard workers behind me: Tyler, Bobby, Blake, Carly, Jacob, Logan, all his guys. Like, we all want to win and we all want to run well, but we also stick at it together and you know, do it as one. So thank you guys for watching. That concludes this year's National Open, and I'm sure I'll be back at Williams Grove one day, and glad I kind of checked this place off my list. Deuces.